Tomorrow is the deadline for Congress to avoid a federal government shutdown.
If it happens, what could happen here in Colorado? We're asking your political reporter Sean Boyd to look into this. Sean, the deadline, of course, midnight tomorrow.
And President Trump is saying he expects a shutdown. He met with leadership from both parties today, and they aren't budging. House Republicans passed a short-term funding bill, but it's stalled in the Senate, and time is running out. From Rocky Mountain National Park in Estes to the federal labs in Boulder and Federal Center in Lakewood, Colorado would be hard hit by a government shutdown. The state has 54,000 federal workers, and President Trump is threatening not just furloughs, but firings in some cases. Assistant Democratic leader Joe Neguse says Democrats won't be intimidated.
The notion that he would refuse to negotiate in good faith and instead make these sort of unlawful threats, I just think is the height of absurdity.
Republicans need at least 7 Democrats in the Senate to pass a bill, and Democrats are using that leverage to get what they want: a permanent extension of health care tax credits and reversal of Medicaid cuts. Republican Congressman Gabe Evans says that's not happening.
If the government shuts down here, it's going to be the Democrats' fault because they're the ones that are demanding that Republicans repeal these protections around fraud, waste, and abuse, and around illegal immigrants getting your taxpayer dollars, and they're demanding that we get rid of those. And apparently they're willing to shut the government down over it.
While the government has had partial shutdowns in the past, this would impact virtually every federal agency, but not every federal employee will be furloughed. Essential employees will continue to work without pay, including FBI, DEA, and immigration agents, air traffic controllers, and TSA officers, and health and disaster relief workers. Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare benefits will also continue, but food stamps will not.
I understand, and having been involved in these negotiations previously, that a negotiation is precisely that. It's a negotiation with give and take, and one in which requires all parties to participate in good faith. The problem right now is that we have been unable to get a negotiating partner on the other side of the aisle.
No, I'm always willing to have the conversation about how do we ease some of these transitions. It just has to be a thoughtful conversation that begins with basic premises like no taxpayer money to illegal immigrants.
Governor Polis is preparing for a shutdown. He asked the Joint Budget Committee to set aside money for WIC, a federal nutrition program for women, infants, and children that will run out of money immediately. He is also asking the federal government to keep Rocky Mountain National Park open, saying 10% of its visits come in October. The furloughed workers will eventually get their back pay. Coming up at 6:30, how this standoff has put health insurance for hundreds of thousands of Coloradans in jeopardy.
Yeah, certainly going to impact a lot of people, Sean.